Hey, outfield in. Easy out, everybody. Easy out. Like I said, easy out. Lucky swing. I mean, come on, everybody gets one, right? Come on, man. That was our last ball. Now we can't play no more.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Want to play another 9 innings?
Really want to lose again?
That is so good to mix in the Sandlot Mike Trout action there for MLB 9 innings. JayFish joining us right now. JayFish, good to see you, dude. And actually, before we dive in, some people are like, how do you describe, like, what's your job or your title? Would you call yourself like a gamer, a creator, a streamer, right? When someone's like, hey, what do you do on the side? What do you say?
Honestly, say all that stuff. I mean, I play games, I stream. Technically, Come To Us refers to me as an influence for them as well. So, I mean, all of the above, I guess, on that one.
Nice. There you go. And Kratz, you got to love the gamer chair, right?
I love the gamer chair. I love that you're rocking the DK Metcalf jersey, but I am really, really digging the collage in the background that your high school girlfriend made you.
Oh, no, that wasn't my high school girlfriend, but that was my mom and my sister for one of my birthdays. That was me back in the day playing baseball. So
love that. Todd still has one of those hanging up in his house of his high school days.
Listen, what first started you getting involved in the video gaming and all this kind of stuff? Was there something just like, what was the first game you ever played? You're like, this is what I love doing.
The first game I think I probably ever played back in the day was MLB The Show on the PS2. I think it was MLB 08 The Show. And I've been playing games my whole life. And then back in COVID in 2020, all my buddies went away to college. I had nothing else to do. And I wanted to start up a YouTube channel. I'd liked recording videos and stuff and making that all throughout my life. And I gave it a chance and stuck with it. And here we are today. I'm partnered with MLB 9 Innings, and then I have my own channel that's doing pretty well. So
that's awesome. Kratzy, think about your first video game. That was Sega Genesis 1994 Madden and Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. You remember yours?
Come on. I'm old school. Super Mario Brothers. Nintendo, the original NES, kid.
That's awesome, dude. Good stuff.
Kratz invented video games. All right, so let's get into MLB 9 innings and a big week because we have 5 new Legends players getting activated. So, JayFish, do you have like a party for this? Pop a little champagne or something like that and go over who you're excited to see here.
Well, we don't have a party going, but my favorite one has to be Pedro Martinez. We got Yogi Berra, Roger Clemens, Stan Musial, and then Willie Mays as well. But Pedro Martinez is probably my favorite out of those. This is his card. It's a vintage card. But the thing that makes these players special from the other players that are in the game is they're only in the game for 6 months. So this is just one of the normal cards. So you'll have a normal card art for players that are 2000 after. They look vintage when they are before 2000s. And that's just a normal card. But the main thing with these players is they have something called a Supreme card, which makes them different than every other card in the game. These are the only cards that have Supreme cards, or players that have Supreme cards. You have legend players in the game like Ken Griffey Jr. We talked about that the last time I was on the show. He's in the game for good, but these guys will only be in the game for 6 months. So this is the 4th historic players, that set of players that we're doing. We did the first one back in April of 2022. It goes for 6 months. And when those sets of players are done for that 6 months, you can't acquire them anymore. So these guys will be in from, I believe, September 30th. They release tomorrow up until, I believe, March 31st of next year. And then once they're gone, they're gone.
Let me ask you this, JayFish. So I remember seeing stuff online, and you could tell because I don't know much about you. You're actually teaching me this, which is great. It's interesting. I remember seeing a guy. His wife went into labor, and they showed a video of him getting a Mike Trout card. Have you ever seen this before?
I have. I think it was on MLB The Show.
Yeah, so this is part of what you do, and he was absolutely going nuts, like he just won the lottery, and there he is. His wife just went into labor and just had a kid. So that's the stuff that goes on what you do as well, right? It's a pretty cool story.
Yep. That's the big thing with this game. It's not as much gameplay based for 9 innings, but a lot of it's simulation, and the big thing are pack openings. That's the big thing I've done since I've been streaming the game.
How many pack openings do you think you've done so far?
I'd say probably 75 to 100. I've done probably at least 50 of those streaming, because when I first started, I didn't stream them. But then I started streaming, and people liked that, so kept with it, and then they started up on their own channel too.
And who would you say is, not only your favorite, but the best? Give me your favorite one you got. And then give me like the best one where you're like, this is it. Like, this is it. I'm gonna be the best.
The favorite pull I had was Cody Bellinger 19. Obviously, he won the MVP that year. Card's really good. I have my main deck is a Dodgers deck, and I ended up pulling him as a diamond. It was a signature card, which is pretty much the best card you can get in the game if it's a team player as well. I could dive more into it, but I don't think we'll have time to get into explaining everything. But that was probably my favorite one. Best reaction was probably so. We had the second historic set of players had Mike Piazza, and he had a Dodgers signature card, and I'm a Dodgers deck. And you have to buy these packs in order to get these players, but something happened and we all got compensated a second historic player pack. And you have, I think, a 5% chance or something like that to pull a signature card. I pulled a signature card from that one pack, and it was Mike Piazza Dodgers card. And he had a Mets version of that card that I could have pulled, but I pulled his Dodgers one. That was my favorite reaction of all time.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. All right, so let's show some of the rest of these legends that have just been unveiled. Like we got Raj and we got Yogi. For you, are you more excited when you get a pitcher or a hitter legend?
I would have to say a pitcher, and especially if they're a starting pitcher. Pitching is the most important thing in this game, in my opinion, having your rotation filled out. And the nice thing about the legend cards, they always have level 3 skills, which are the highest you can get. The higher the level, the better. So that's what I love about that with the legend cards. The Supreme cards are different than a legend card. They have different card art. In the Supremes, there's certain effects that they do that are different than legend cards and every other type of card in the game. And I'll keep it there. I could go more into it, but I would need more time. I'll leave the viewers confused if that was the case. So I'll let them get the game and check it out themselves.
Well, I got one more for you on the legend front. You can't necessarily tell me who's next, but in your mind, who should be next, or who's somebody that you're thinking back to where you're like, I can't wait until I'm able to utilize a player like this from either back in the day or maybe not too far back, but somebody that's been out of the game.
This is gonna get controversial. I would love for Barry Bonds to be in the game, but we know where that stands.
Tell him, Kratz, say it with your chest.
No, say it with your chest. Yo, you guys are collabing with this 9 innings. Say it. Barry Bonds. That's who I want to see. I want to get a gold signature, platinum, legend status, and I want big head Barry Bonds too. I want like full juiced out Barry Bonds.
Yeah, that's who I'd like to see. Would it happen? Probably not, but that's number one on my list for sure.
Why not? Why would that not happen?
I don't know. I've talked to him about it. They aren't thinking that he's going to come to the game. So I've voiced my opinions before. We'll just leave it at that, I guess.
All right, Kratz, it's time. It's time for you to hit up Barry, okay? Every day you're like, should I call Barry? I'm like, hold up. Now I think we call Barry.
We'll call him. Actually, you have his jersey right behind you. So
that's true.
Other side. There it is.
All right, so give me one other then, non-controversial. Give me your non-controversial
player. Yeah, not in the game yet.
A steroid era player, I guess we can call it.
Well, steroid they don't have to be. They're gonna have to be retired, and they don't have to be technically in the 1900s. They could be 2000s as well, because some of the years of these cards they have 2000s cards. It would have to be Big Papi. So he was in the game before. When he retired, he's out of the game. That's the number one guy I'd like to see come in as a Supreme player in one of these next historic lineups they do.
Wait, you said no steroids. Sorry, Todd. You said no steroids. You said
okay. He's okay. So technically, if we want to get down to it, yeah. But I'd say he's not the same level as what people think about Barry Bonds.
I got you.
Hey, let me ask you this.
And he was in the game. He was in the game. Barry was never in the game. So
Gotcha.
True. So there's 2 retired ex-major leaguers that you're looking at right now. Can you pick us up or no?
We can't pick either of you guys up. We
You
used to
just
be able to
don't
have
want
you,
to. It's
Frazier.
okay.
I think
You don't want
I think
to.
we got to be able to get both of you back in the early days of the game, but you guys aren't in there anymore, sadly.
We're not good enough, Erik. It happens.
I know I'm not. Maybe your 40 home run season might be like a silver elite card.
Bummer. Not even silver. I'll take a bronzy or something.
Yeah, bronze is fine.
I need like a clubhouse attribute where, Kratz is just off the charts and you add him and all of a sudden you're like, it's the same roster, but we're winning close games, right? It's like
everybody
Padres
goes up
can't
by a
win
point.
close games. Yeah, and suddenly they're winning close games. And you're like, what is it? And they're like, oh, Kratz, he's just a clown in the clubhouse. And he's telling everybody to, hit the ball the other way with 2 outs or whatever, get your sack flies in or do your team ball,
all the
late
nerdy
games.
things.
Yeah, all the boring stuff, all that non-individualistic stuff. So, JayFish, great to talk to you. And here, hang for 1 sec. Let's show everyone that QR code for MLB 9 Innings 23. Scan it, download it. The game is free to download. As JayFish mentioned, Legends, City Connect unis, there's power rankings, and now you got the postseason coming up too. So download it with also the link in the description. We'll put that in there as well. Free to download. Check that out, MLB 9 Innings. JayFish, great to see you, man. And we'll catch you again in a couple weeks, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Happy postseason.